Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to make 42 plant-based meals, which is enough food for 2 people for 1 week, all for under £40. I got these ingredients from Lidl and the shopping list is down in the description box. So let's start by making the smoothie bowl. So this can be enjoyed as a breakfast, and you can always chop and change the ingredients slightly. But if you want to make a note of these ingredients, just pause the video and take a screenshot or make a note of the ingredients. So to start, we just pop all the ingredients into a blender and then blend until smooth. And then simply just serve in a bowl and top with some granola. This granola is from Lidl, but you can try making your own, or you could just top with some nuts or something like that. Okay, so moving on to the lentil and walnut tacos. So again, here are the ingredients if you want to take a screenshot. And first, for the lentil mix, start by sauteing the onions and garlic in a little oil until softened, and then add the walnuts and the spices, tomato paste, and give it a good stir through to make sure all the ingredients are combined. Then add your cooked canned lentils. Again, just give it a good stir and then remove from the heat. And use a fork to mash up the mixture to give it a meaty texture. To make the guacamole, mash up your avocado, squeeze in some lime juice, and then add the chopped vegetables and give it a good stir. You can then season to taste as well if needed. After soaking the cashews in hot water for around 10 minutes, they should be nice and soft, so add them to a blender with a little bit of water. And then blend until the texture is smooth and creamy. Then you just need to add the different fillings onto a tortilla like so. Then if you want a nice crispy texture, just dry fry them, you don't need any oil, and cook them sort of around a minute or so on each side, just keep an eye on them, and then once they've slightly browned on each side, remove them and they're ready to eat. For the veggie stew, start by sauteing the leeks, onions and garlic in a little oil, and for this recipe you'll need to season with salt and pepper each time you add more vegetables to the pot. This just helps flavour the ingredients and bring some of the moisture out. Then add about half of your vegetables, don't forget to season. Once you've given it a good stir, add the second half of your vegetables, season again and then stir through. Next, add your red lentils. You might want to make sure that you've cooked the vegetables through so they're slightly soft, just to release some of the flavours. Then add some vegetable stock. So I've just used some oxo cubes, but you can use different vegetable stock. And then cover with boiling hot water until all the vegetables are covered. As it cooks, the red lentils absorb some of the moisture, so you may wish to add more water as you go along. And then bring everything up to a boil, and you may want to add some tomato paste. This adds some more depth and flavour. And then once everything is brought to a boil, reduce to a simmer, cover and cook for around 30 to 40 minutes. And then this is done. Now for the lentil dahl. So here are the ingredients again. First, saute the onions until they've softened. Next, add the garlic and ginger, the red pepper and carrot, and then the spices and the tomato paste. Give everything a good stir until all the ingredients are well combined. Then add the dried red lentils, chopped tomatoes and vegetable stock. Give everything a good stir and then bring to the boil. Once everything's boiling, reduce it down to a simmer and then add the coconut milk. You don't want to add the coconut milk whilst it's boiling because it'll separate. So then you have your all the ingredients in the pot. So just cook on a low heat until everything is nice and cooked through. The final recipe is this tasty creamy korma. Start by sautéing the onions in a little oil. Once they've softened, add some garlic, chilli and red pepper. Next, add some korma paste. This is from Lidl, but if you have time you could make your own and freeze it so you can save the spare korma paste for the next time you need it for a curry or something. Stir everything through and then add the cauliflower, and then make sure to coat all of the cauliflower with the korma paste. Next, add the pineapple with its juices and also a can of coconut milk. Once you've stirred through, add in a small amount of vegetable stock for flavour. So next add the bananas and then cook the pot on a low heat for around 20 to 30 minutes until the bananas are softened. And then once that's kind of all cooked through, add the chickpeas and the yoghurt. So I didn't film the chickpeas here. And then season with salt and pepper. And finally you could top with some toasted cashew nuts. And that is your creamy korma. So that's 42 portions of plant-based meals prepped for the week. Thanks for watching today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Thank you.